what are we looking at in this photograph?
This is a photograph taken from the front of Theater 9, going back toward the projection room. The flags that you see, the rods that you see, and the little white rectangles are the labels of the bullet holes and impacts.
Could I have 3601, please? And in this photograph, do we see predominantly flags as opposed to rods at this point?
That is correct, yes, ma'am.
And what do the flags represent?
The flags were the shotgun patterns that are visible in 4 of the seats and along the right-hand wall that you see up there.
Could I have 3640, please? Now, is this the first row of the stadium seating?
Actually, it's row 8. Yes, ma'am.
First row of the stadium seating. And what are we seeing in this photograph?
This is a side view of the seats with trajectory rods, lasers, and the engineering flag showing a shotgun pattern.
Could you point out a laser to us? The mouse actually works on this screen in front of you, I believe. And
It's a little
it's a little sensitive.
All right.
There.
This that you see right here is a red laser. The other one that you see over here is a green laser. Different line amplification.
So we're looking at something that's been attached to a white piece you're pointing to that's been attached to the end of pink rods and...
Yes, ma'am. They're threaded so that you can screw them onto the tip of a rod itself.
Now, you've indicated one is red and one is green. What is the difference in those two colors in terms of what they do?
A green laser, because of the different light amplification, can travel farther and give a stronger beam. For my purposes, there's really no difference. They don't denote anything different.
Why did you use both colors?
I used every laser that I had in order to basically plot and do my job.
Could I have 3643, please? Now, is this the next row up, row 9?
Yes, ma'am, that is correct.
3645? And is this row 10?
Yes, ma'am.
And are we seeing both flags that represent shotgun, and I don't know, am I calling it impacts or holes? To use the right terminology.
Well, there were actually holes. They just they ended in an impact on the back of the seat, but they are holes in there, into the cushions.
And additionally, there are other rods in that row?
Yes, ma'am.
Could I have 3649? Is this the next row,
Row 11, yes, ma'am.
3702? What are we looking at in this photograph?
This is from the right-hand side of the theater. I believe we're probably up around, I would say, row between 15 and 18. In the background, you can see, if I can get this to move, this is a shotgun pattern into the left-hand wall of the theater. Here's a better view of a green laser. Again, we also have flags representing a shotgun pattern itself, ma'am.
3632? Where are we in terms of within the theater looking at this photograph?
This is the hallway on, if you're facing the movie screen, this would be the left-hand side of, it's a ramp walking into the theater itself, and these are trajectories as they come through.
And is this the wall on the right-hand side of this photograph that adjoins Theater 8?
Yes, ma'am, that is correct.
And in the foreground of that picture, I see a green, is that a green laser attached to a rod?
Yes, ma'am. There's 3 green lasers, actually 4 in the picture itself.
3736? And if you could explain what we're looking at in this photograph in the lower on the seat.
In this, you have, your photo's washed out. This would be an entrance hole through the front.
And this is row 8, seat 18. The next one will show you that, but
In row 8, seat 18. There, but you see the rod actually coming out the bottom, and then you see how the yellow rod looks a little ridiculous because it's pointing up. Something caused the bullet to actually change direction and go in a downward angle where it impacted on the metal base of the seat itself. You also have 2 lasers denoting trajectories in the back portion of the seat.
and when you say something, what can cause that rod to, or the bullet to turn and go back into the seat?
An object that could have been sitting there, it could be basically a bullet ricocheting. It could be bone, it could be a wallet, it could be keys in someone's pocket, but it can change the direction of the bullet itself in flight.
Could I have 3734, please? Is this a close-up view of that same seat?
Yes, ma'am.
3749? What are we looking at in this photograph?
This is in theater 8, if you're facing the screen, this is the entrance ramp on the right-hand side. The left wall is what is butting up against theater 9, and the rods are showing trajectories exiting out of that wall and traveling into the theater.
So all of these trajectories are coming from Theater 9 through the wall into Theater 8?
That is correct, ma'am.
3748?
Is a close-up view of what we just described in the last photograph. In this one, you can actually see where the drywall dust was blown out and actually wound up impacting into the carpeted wall on this side over here and along the surface of the handrail.
3741?
This is a reverse angle in Theater 8 of the right ramp entranceway looking toward the screen. Just gives a different perspective of the trajectories.
Thank you.